Hey everyone.
This episode, we're switching gears and talking about two things that interest us both sports and music.
Yeah, we're going to be taking off those hiking boots for a while and replacing them with trainers and headphones. Because life is not just about scaling mountains, it's really about finding the things that you're passionate about. And for us, that's definitely sports and music. First up, the world of competition sports. Football is definitely my favorite sport and has been my favorite sport for a couple of years, though I only started playing a few months ago. I have, but I've always loved the setting of the game. The roar of the crowd, the energy on the pitch, it's really something special. Wouldn't you agree?
Football is a great sport, but my favorite sport is either golf or basketball. I've been playing both sports since I was a little kid, practically 6 or 7 years old. Though recently I've started playing less golf and focusing more on basketball.
And we've talked about the adrenaline rush of sports, the physical feat of it all, but what separates the champions from the contenders? Well, the answer is their mindset. The inner steel that keeps you pushing when your lungs scream for air. That unwavering focus when the crowd roars. And that quiet belief when doubt whispers in your ear.
Think about the goats of mindset. You'd say David Goggins waking up at 4 a.m. to conquer his demons, pushing his body past limits most wouldn't even dare to imagine. The late great Kobe Bryant obsessing over the craft, practicing basketball until his fingers practically almost bled, rewriting the meaning of dedication. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time, always laser focused on every possession, willing his team to victory with sheer mental fortitude. John Stockton, one of the greatest point guards to ever exist, the silent assassin who didn't let his opponent's words get to his head.
Also, let's not forget about the king of the ring, Muhammad Ali, floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee, not just a boxer, but really a master of his mental warfare. His words are as powerful as punches. These guys, they weren't just gifted athletes, they were mental alchemists. They turned doubt into fuel, and they turned fear into focus, and setbacks into stepping stones.
But it's not just the big names though. Every athlete on the field or the pitch, every kid on the court, they all face their own mental battles. Their pre-game jitters, the pressure to perform, the fear of failure. But it's in those exact moments that the true champions are forged. The ones who can quiet the chatter in their heads and lock in on the task at hand.
And the beauty of it is, the mental game isn't exclusive to sports. It really translates to everything we do every day. For example, music, also academics and relationships. It's all about mastering your mind, building resilience, and pushing through when things get tough. Think of it like training your brain alongside your body and building your mental muscles.
Now, let's switch gears and talk about music. My top five artists that I've listened to in the past year are, according to Spotify, are Kanye West, Travis Scott, Drake, Ice Cube, and Kendrick Lamar, with Eminem being an honorable mention.
As I don't listen to music on Spotify, it wouldn't be able to tell me my top five artists, but I think I can determine that on my own. Um, for me, since I listen to a lot of music, narrowing it down is quite hard. But if I had to pick my starting lineup in rap, which I listen to the most, it would be Travis Scott, Playboy Cardi, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Drake, Tyler the Creator, Yeet, Metro Boomin, and Miles. In order, of course. Um, I think that these artists have a lot to bring to the table, and they are supremely talented also. Um, Travis Scott being my favorite because of his psychedelic vibes. He's very good at writing and rapping songs. Um, and Playboy Carti is second because of his unbeatable vibes. He really brings a lot of hype when you listen to his music. And lastly, my top three, Kanye West. He has such an unforgettable catalog. His beats are very hypnotizing. They bring you in, want to listen more. And his music is just creativity at its peak. Speaking of music, I'm actually making my own album. It's a mix between hip hop and R&B, and you're probably wondering where I got the idea to make an album. Well, ever since I started listening to Eminem a year ago, he's always inspired me to start rapping, and since I started listening to Kanye West, he's inspired me to produce beats, which is what I do now, and I combine those two skills to make songs, and it works out perfectly for me, and I feel like I can blend those two talents and make something worthwhile. The idea for the album started in America when we went on our East Coast tour from New York to Washington, D.C., and lots of other states. I came up with the first track there, but the title of the album is a surprise. If I had to do my top five favorite songs at this point, it would probably be number one, 2024 by Playboy Cardi. If you haven't listened to it, it's very good. I suggest you give it a listen. Number two would probably be Schizo by Travis Scott. It has four beat switches, and it's a very creative song by Travis Scott. And number three would probably be Vamp Anthem by Playboy Carti again. It's such an electrifying track, and it brings a lot of hype too. And is number four is Get Busy by Yeet. When the bells come in that song, it practically has me levitating. I listen to it while running a lot. Um, and number five would be Igor's theme by Tyler the Creator. The first 26 seconds is just one note being played, but when the beat drops, it makes the listen like really worth it. So I suggest you listen to all those songs because they're really good. Speaking from experience, of course.
Both sports and music differ in so many ways, but they still share the same core values: dedication, strategy, and pushing your limits. Athletes and artists both pour their hearts into their crafts, breaking barriers and defying expectations. From Kyrie Irving's crossover to Ronaldo's powerful strikes, from Kanye's amazing beats to Kendrick's mind blowing verses, both sports and music have a power that goes beyond the stadium or the studio. Both sports and music, they can take you anywhere, make you feel anything. Chills on the back of your neck, heart skipping beats, that rush of pure adrenaline. Stadium or studio, it's all about pushing limits, breaking barriers, leaving everything you got, giving everything you got on the field, on the track, on the court, and on the microphone.
So, what are you passionate about? What music makes you move? Share your interests, your favorite athletes, and your favorite musical artists in the comments. If you're not on YouTube, send us a DM on Instagram at TeenTrail or an email at teentrailam@gmail.com. Remember, when you're playing sports or listening to music, make every moment count. Chase your passions with the same intensity as your favorite athletes and musicians. Merry Christmas, and until next time.